Welcome to students. This video deals with the poem Our Casuarina Tree by Toru Dutt. This is the poem. It is an immortal of Toru Dutt. This poem gives us 11 lines of each stanza. Let's see the verse of poem given below. The title of the poem is Our Casuarina Tree. It is a kind of tree in which looks very tall and strong. Have you seen the tree frequently in you are located? Let's see the verse of the poem here. Like a huge python winding round and round, the rugged trunk intended deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars. First three lines of the stanza explain that like a huge python called, it's a kind of snake, something like a huge python, winding round and round, something winding round and round. The rugged trunk, it means it's an old tree but still strong, intended deep with scars, this tree uneven looking, with full of scars because of old, up to its very summit near the stars. Actually, this tree looks very tall by the stars. A creeper climbs in whose embraces bound, no other tree could live but calmly. These two lines are explaining a creeper climbs. What do you mean by the creeper? Creeper called, it's a type of plants. A creeper climbs in whose embraces. Embraces mean hold it closely on tree by the creeper. No other tree could live but calmly. No other tree could live because of any other trees do not accept with creeper winding, but this Casuarina tree still gallantly, that means bravely. The giant wears the scarf and flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among. Next two lines told that the giants as of Casuarina tree. Here the tree looks giant, wears a scarf and flowers too. Among the branches of the tree were flowers with clustering, it's looking like the brightened color like the golden. Whereon all the day are gathered bird and bee. This line explains that through the day there are gathering birds and bees, and after at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while men repose. Next lines explain that frequently at night there are hearing by a sweet song with someone. When hearing the song, men who are sleeping at the time. Next, I have explained it in the next stanza right now. When first my casement is wide open thrown, and at dawn my eyes delighted on its rest. First two lines of the second stanza told that poetess at first casement called window. The poetess wants to open the window wildly when before the dawn called before daybreak. Poetess want to open the window before dawn because she is extremely happy to see the tree through it. Sometimes and most in winter, on its crust, a grey baboon sits statue like alone. Next two lines explained that sometimes, probably in winter, on its crust. What do you mean by the crust? Crust called top of the tree. Here, top of the tree, a grey baboon called a type of monkey. A grey baboon sits like a statue on the crust. They are watching the sunrise by the grey baboon. At the same time, while on lower boughs, his puny offspring leap about and play. Next lines explain that his puny is flying from here to there among the branches of lower trees, and far and near kokilas hail the day, and to their pastures went our sleepy cows. Next two lines told that, and far and near kokilas called, it's a type of singing bird like that nightingale or cuckoos. Hail the day, welcome the day by its singing. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows means, these lines explain that there are sleepy cows walking slowly towards eating pastures, and in the shadow and the broad tank cast by that hot tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow and must. Next lines told that, and in the shadow of the tree there is a broad water tank. It looks so beauty and vast. On the water tank, water lilies blossomed with clustering like that snow and must. Next stanza 3 I have explained. First two stanza are explained by me. Described them quality of tree. But this stanza says that personal touch of poetess with her siblings. But not because of its magnificence. Dear is the casuarina to my soul. First two lines of the stanza, but not because of its magnificence. Poetess would like that not only majestic look of the tree, but also some other reason. Then second line of the stanza, my soul has also liked the tree very much. Then beneath it we have played though years may roll, O sweet companions, loved with love in turns, for your sakes shall the tree be ever dear, blend with your images it shall arise. Next four lines say that beneath the tree we have played when in the past memory of childhood days. Though years went on, there is a lot of years went on, but they will be remembering about the past events of the trees. O sweet companions, poetess addressed the tree. Here, O sweet companions, what do you mean by the companions? Such as friend or fellow. O sweet companions, loved with love in turns. So once upon a time, when past childhood days, we have played with the tree, that past memories I should never forgettable. For your sakes shall the tree be ever dear, blend with your images it shall arise. So blend with your images, past memories will be arising in my inner vision. In memory till the heart tears blind mine eyes. This line says that during the past memory till tears filled my eyes. Tears filled my eyes during the childhood days because of me and my siblings playing with the tree. At the time, I shall be arising. What is that dirge like murmur that I have here? So poetess want to hear. Poetess wants to hear something like the sea breaking on single beach. Poets want to hear dirge. Here dirge means like that crying or lament. It's a tree's lament on eerie speech that happily to the unknown land may reach. Next lines explain that author, that means poetess, hear the sounds of tree laments because of absence of them here. Last line, that happily to the unknown land may reach. Trees lamenting may reach unknown places. Stanza 4 explain that unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. Here unknown means people who are living another world or underground. Unknown becomes well known when having eye faith. Or I have heard that wail far away. In distant lands by many a sheltered bay. So already I told that this poem is an immortal of Torutat, because poetess in abroad where she thought about the majestic of the tree. Poetess hear the wail. Here wail means lament. Already I told that previous stanza lament, but this stanza told that wail, but both words are same meaning. I have heard that wail far away. I had in abroad distant lands by many a sheltered bay. When hear the tree lamenting, water writhe. Here means water writhe means water god. There is water god is sleeping in his place when I hear the tree's lament sound, and the waves gently kissed the classic shore. I hear the sounds of tree lamenting, seashores. Waves kissed gently its seashore, where France or Italy, when the time of night, when earth lay trance in a dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose before my inner vision rose a form of sublime. Next three lines explain that when earth called people who are living, people who are sleeping dreamless, people who are sleeping with dreamless, at the time poetess hear the sounds of tree laments. And every time the music rose before my inner vision, form of sublime. Sublime means noble of tree. Sublime means noble of tree. So every minute she heard the music will be arising in my before in my vision. The next two lines, thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime, I saw thee in my own loud native clime. Last two lines of the word say that in my native land, me and my siblings, whose I have seen you, then now this time I was seeing you, like that. This is the last stanza of the poem. Therefore, I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honor, tree beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for a repose. First three lines of the stanza told that author want to consecrate about the sublime of the tree unto thy honor. Poetess wants to consecrate about thy honor. Thy goes to tree. Beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for a repose. Beloved means poetess and her siblings who now in blessed sleep. Her siblings now they are sleeping with dreamless. Dearer than life to me, alas, were they. This line explains that my siblings dearer than my life. Mayst thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless trees like those in Barodale. These two lines say that you should be numbered with deathless trees like those Barodale. Here Barodale means it's a valley where there is living a tree never dying, under whose awful branches lingered pale fear, trembling hope, and death, the skeleton, and time the shadow. Next lines told that awful branches looking the tree, when fear with respite giving the tree, because it looks majestic too, and the time shadow above the line fear, trembling, hope, and death and skeleton. Those words are same, death, because poetess fell in homesick when she wrote the poem. That would thy beauty fain, O fain rigors, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. She is weak, but she would consecrate about the tree with beautiful. Finally, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. It will be remembered forever. That means poetess is protected from forgetfulness. That's the end of the poem. What do you understand through the poem? Ask me any questions, writing, and send our school mail ID.